laisser la parole à Robert Adam, qui est du Centre culturel roumain de Bruxelles. Hier, nous avions l'actuel président de ENIC, n'est-ce pas, qui rassemble les instituts culturels européens des pays de l'Union européenne dans le monde, et nous savons que la Roumanie est un pays présent, en particulier en Belgique, mais aussi à Paris, où vous avez un institut culturel qui est particulièrement important, et à la fois pour le travail qu'il accomplit et aussi pour l'immeuble qu'il abrite. Et nous avons aussi, aux rencontres, des liens assez étroits avec la Roumanie, d'autant plus que votre pays va être choisi pour proposer une capitale européenne de la culture en 2021, je crois, et que nombre de villes de votre pays, membres de votre réseau, commencent déjà à travailler pour présenter notre dossier. Je vous en prie.
Cher Monsieur Roger Trouvéanon, président de l'association des rencontres, chers collègues, mesdames, messieurs, j'avais été préparé plutôt à parler à un public anglophone, donc j'avais préparé une intervention en anglais. Maintenant, je vois que l'équilibre linguistique est un peu différent dans cette salle, donc je vais combiner un peu les deux dans mon intervention. D'abord, je vous remercie de m'avoir invité à cette rencontre ici à Bruxelles, et je crois que nous sommes à la bonne place et au bon endroit pour interroger ensemble diverses questions liées à la culture pour tous les acteurs européens impliqués. Je vais d'abord vous dire que j'ai entendu et j'ai fait grande attention aux interventions des précédents intervenants, et j'ai été impressionné par la variété des aspects qui ont été abordés et qui ont nourri notre réflexion. Et à ce titre, je voulais dire à M. Cachot que s'il s'agit de mobilité et de gens qui vivent au-delà des frontières de leur pays, la Roumanie doit faire nettement mieux avec plus de 10% de la population à l'extérieur du pays. Mais je crois que malheureusement ce n'est pas pour raison sentimentale. In my presentation, I will shortly present you some reflections on what the common European force meant for Romanian cultural actors and for Romanian citizens altogether. I would like to mention that compared to other countries which joined the EU in 2004, the fact that Romania had a longer pre-accession phase from a cultural standpoint, it did not mean that Romania was trailing. I would adopt a chronological approach to three major events or moments which highlighted the European political stage as well as Romanian policies, networks and strategies related to the Romanian Cultural Institute. For the first major event, let me remind you that this year we celebrate the 25th anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall and of the fall of communism in all or almost all European countries. This was the moment which marked the opening of rich exchanges between citizens, artists, or consumers of cultural products. It also meant the emergence of several NGOs in many Central and Eastern European countries and the beginning of new cultural networks. At that time, Romania started to shape its new way in the region first as a modest player, and later on as one of the strongest supporters of cultural cooperation with the rest of EU neighbors. Bien sûr, notre langues latines et nos connexions historiques avec les pays occidentaux et surtout francophones nous ont aidés à construire nos premiers projets. Even more important in my eyes is the fact that Romanian culture has been developed and upheld by, let's have it like this, people from two countries, Romania and the Republic of Moldova. And because we are in Belgium, I would like to give a first example by pointing out the project Opération Village Humain, qui, au-delà de son objectif initial d'empêcher la destruction de beaucoup de villages humains par une soi-disant systématisation chaotique, a développé et continue à soutenir une importante dimension culturelle qui facilite les rencontres entre les individus. C'est un fait qu'aujourd'hui, beaucoup d'associations belges développent et maintiennent des liens forts avec des partenaires humains et qu'elles développent des partenariats encore aujourd'hui. Cela pourrait être vu comme un exemple important de compréhension réciproque des cultures nationales, un processus qui a été engagé bien avant l'intégration de la Roumanie dans l'Union européenne. I would like to remind you that the absence of civic organizations during the communist period was later on compensated by the emergence and development of civic-oriented projects with strong emphasis on fostering intercultural dialogue. The appropriation of several cultural programs across Central and Eastern Europe stimulated the interest of the young generations of artists. 10 years after 1989, Romania was already part of the major international regional organizations. Allow me to briefly enumerate some of them. Black Sea Economic Cooperation, Southeast European Cooperation Process, Central European Initiative. In all these projects, citizenship dialogue through culture was quite lively. We can proudly say that in Central Eastern Europe and in the Western Balkans, the transfer of best practices among different cultural sectors had a visible impact on the mutual understanding of people. But let me go back to the Romanian Cultural Institute Brussels, which I am proud to direct because it represents the second moment that I want to point out. Et Monsieur le Président, je vous remercie d'avoir fait mention de ces deux instituts humain à Paris et à Bruxelles. J'ai eu le plaisir et l'honneur de travailler aux deux endroits. Donc, l'Institut culturel humain à Bruxelles est la filiale d'une organisation qu'on appelle dans le jargon des instituts culturels an arm's length organization. Notre centrale, l'Institut culturel humain, fut fondée en 2003 à Bucarest en reprenant et en développant une fondation culturelle précédente. Chers collègues, l'histoire de l'Institut culturel humain compte maintenant 10 ans. Un intervalle pendant lequel l'Institut s'est développé jusqu'à 18 filiales à l'étranger, de New York à Tel Aviv, de Lisbonne à Stockholm et bientôt à Moscou et à Pékin. Encore une fois, nous pouvons aisément constater que la culture a ouvert des espaces et a pavé le parcours d'importants projets sociopolitiques. In Brussels, the Institute was founded in 2004 under the name of the Romanian Information Center. Its objectives were to display the diversity of our cultures to our European cultures, partners, to share it with them and to encourage and support the cooperation among artists. Third moment, 2007, was the year Romania joined joined the European Union. I still remember being in Bucharest, in the streets surrounded by so many friends, to celebrate with other millions of Romanians the integration of our country in the EU. Well, accidentally or not, in 1989 I was in the same place. And there is probably no coincidence that while the 2004 newcomers joined EU on Labor Day, Romania and Bulgaria integrated Europe on a festive occasion, the New Year's Eve. The symbolism is clear. Romania and Bulgaria were meant to bring joy to the European Union. That meant a lot for all Europe. It is certainly a coincidence that Romanian film director Cristian Mugiu was awarded the Palme d'Or at the 2007 edition of the Cannes Film Festival. And it was only the beginning of a long series of successful projects for Romanian filmmakers. I assure you that there is no link between the integration of my country, the EU, and the Golden Palm. As you already know, it happens every year for Romanian films. We just simply can't get rid of being always on top. But at the same time, I could argue that the massive presence of Romanian films in all European festivals, the high number of co-productions and multilateral projects in the cinema industry are the result of the European cultural policies. Yes, thanks to some films, the small languages are heard by millions of people around the world. And this is just one example among many others. I really hope that next years will foster collaborations with artists having participated in the Arab Spring movement. We deem it our duty to contribute to the development of these partnerships. I will mention another Romanian visionary film director, Radu Milano, who, by the way, is very much involved in all media programs of the European Commission and who succeeded in addressing a very sensitive theme in one of his recent films, La Société, which was shot a few days before the rise of the Arab Spring. And what we did in Europe for the Autumn of Nations should happen maybe in Arab Spring countries. Our project, Generation 89, coordinated some years ago by the Romanian Cultural Institute Brussels and other cultural institutes, commemorated the fall of the communist systems in the European countries through the lens of young people born in 1989. This brought together young people from Czech Republic, Romania, Poland, Belgium, UK, Germany, Hungary, Austria, and Bulgaria, and provided the space where they shared perceptions, experiences, and expectations for the future. 4 meetings were organized in Prague, Bucharest, Warsaw, and Brussels, where participants focused on national past and European future. Workshops focused on the drafting of the Declaration Generation 89 and the young people's opinion on the future of Europe and their future as EU citizens. A few milestones of our last 10 years. More than 1,000 bilateral and multilateral cultural projects. About 1,000 European cultural parties. More than 800 Romanian artists performing in Benelux countries. But let me go back to our partners. The European institutions should make a lot of efforts to raise the awareness and importance of the European cultural policies. Moreover, if we speak about multilingualism, as major languages are easily self-promoted, the attention should be given to the other European languages. 10 years after the integration of so many countries in the EU, we would conclude that there is still a long way to go in this matter. For instance, how about the presence of the so-called small languages on the big European cultural scenes and in the research universities? Just to give you an example, the only Romanian language department at the University of Amsterdam, was closed with no hope to be reopened soon. Another dramatic situation occurred these very days in Transnistria, where teachers and pupils are facing huge problems to get educated in their heritage language. This should not happen in Europe, or for that matter, we need to prevent the loss of linguistic and cultural identities. In our endeavor, we have regularly collaborated with cultural institutions and artists from the Republic of Moldova, and of course, almost on a daily basis, with other national cultural institutes based in Benelux countries. Our institute struggled to help and promote this part of the geographical Europe. What foretells the European future of the Republic of Moldova is also the large number of artists from this country who constantly collaborate and perform on many European stages in all cultural fields, from music to film, from literature to visual arts. To be even more specific, on December 1st, 2013, artists from Romania and the Republic of Moldova played together with Estonian and Russian artists to celebrate the National Day of Romania and the centennial of a great Romanian composer at the Royal Conservatory in Brussels. The event took place 2 days after the Vilnius summit of the Eastern Partnership. I hope that very soon the Republic of Moldova, which has made quite a lot of progress in the last period to get closer to the EU, will participate in unique projects here in Brussels. Et je le vois comme un de mes devoirs, comme je suis actuellement vice-président d'Unique Bruxelles, et j'aurai l'honneur de prendre la présidence au nom de l'Institut culturel roumain du réseau bruxellois en 2015, de développer des relations plus poussées avec d'autres réseaux culturels européens, mais aussi non européens. It is still too early to make public our agenda, but I can assure you that our strategy aims towards a more cohesive coordination of networks necessary to provide a better understanding of national cultures and equal support in our common endeavors. Mahatma Gandhi was once asked what he thought about Western civilization. He is reported to have replied, "I think it would be a good idea. It would be a shame if the same were to be said of UNIC." I hope you all agree, though, that cultural products are tastier than agricultural ones. No offense to Romanian Commissioner Dacian Cioloș, who is heading DG Agriculture at the European Commission and who is successful in promoting Romanian gastronomy, but obviously as a cultural product. So you see that culture touches every aspect, or almost every aspect of our daily lives. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.